You touched on the pandemic. I think this is usually a topic on which I don't dare to digress with most people I talk to because it's a rabbit hole. But with you, I think it's so much on point because when we met, and it still is the case, one of your keywords is adaptability. It's the title you plan to give to your book you are writing, and it's the title you tentatively give to that documentary you hope to make someday. And it's key to your mindset as well. It's not just the words that maybe tell us more about that concept of adaptability, obviously where you come from, but how the whole world pretty much so the importance of it through the pandemic.
Adaptability removes all limitations. We all have hindrance. We all have things, whether they're mental, emotional, physical things that can be considered roadblocks. But adaptability allows to overcome those things, to remove those things, to find another way. And so ironically, pre-pandemic, we were all go on taking the adaptability book, using it as a screenplay to film an adaptability docuseries with all of these different, not just sport. We were looking at different ways that were adaptable in business and life and all these things. And the irony of it was 2 weeks before we were about to start filming that, we had everything lined up for the year. We had sponsors, we had these things planned, and it was going to be a road trip and going down to the training center and interviewing athletes, this whole thing. And we were going to follow people through Tokyo because some of the people in the docuseries were Paralympic athletes, and we were going to have that whole experience with them. And then the world closed down on 2 weeks before that filming was to begin. And ironically, adaptability became more relevant than ever before. It actually became a buzzword very quickly. Think how quickly everybody had to adapt, whether it's a business or it's the school systems, or it's the parents at home, and in the way everybody just was scrambling to adapt. And we still are. It's changed the world forever because we are forced in this zone of being uncomfortable. So you make change, that change ends up being new, and some of those things we keep because they could be better. And that's the idea of adaptability. It removes limitations, and it is a great way to think about your abilities. You are adaptable by your very nature. Every single person. So it doesn't matter what obstacle you have, you can make change, positive change that allows you to overcome that. And I know that for a fact because I've seen it over and over and over again across the board. And so that's sort of the idea behind it.
And I think this is really what connects us, and what is the engine in Big Karma is. It's really not inspiration porn. It's not about, hey, if he can do it, what could you do it? It's not about giving pedestals to people with disability or athletes with disability. It's about giving them a platform to shine in the spotlight like they already are, because there is so much we can learn from the best of them. Obviously, it doesn't apply to the 1.7 billion people with disabilities. This would be like saying all Chinese people are this. It's not like all people with disability are inspirational and great. Some of them are assholes. Some of them are selfish. Some of them are greedy. Like anybody else. They are people. But what we do a poor job as a society is recognizing and showcasing the ones who deserve it, like we would with an able-bodied. There is this condescending approach, this awkwardness, this lack of knowing how to do it. And what we're discovering at Big Karma as we're working on the video games is that the correct way to do it is the same way you would with anybody else. And not take gloves with them is the point. But what I love about this story is that basically you learn from your working with athletes with disability and their awesomeness, and now you're taking that awesomeness to bring value to the rest of the world who are also needing to adapt.